Ever wonder what it really means to be human? Well, in this explainer, we're going all the way back to the very beginning. We're going to dive into the story of Prophet Adam. It's this incredible narrative of creation, choice, and consequences that, honestly, has shaped so much of how we see ourselves.
So let's get right to it. Who was the first human? In the traditions we're looking at, the answer is so much more than just a name. It's really the starting point for this huge journey that explains, well, everything. Where we come from, what we're capable of, and maybe even what our purpose is.
All right, so to understand this, you've got to know that our story doesn't even start here on Earth. Nope, it begins somewhere else, in a celestial realm. It all kicks off with this divine act of creation, and right from the get-go, it sets up this theme of obedience and free will. It's a test, right from the start.
And the way he was created is just full of meaning. So step one, his body, his physical form, is made from clay. Just simple clay. That connects all of us, humanity, directly to the earth. But then comes the second step, and this is what changes everything. A divine spirit is breathed into him. It's like this breath of life that connects the physical stuff with the spiritual. Kind of mind-blowing, right?
Okay, so right after this amazing creation happens, a command comes down. And this command, it's going to kick off the very first big conflict. The angels are told to prostrate, basically to bow down out of respect to this brand new being, Adam.
And boom, there it is, the first big test of will. You've got the angels who are made from light and they obey, no questions asked. But then there's one being, Iblis, who just says no. And his reason? It wasn't about logic or anything like that, it was pure pride. He felt he was better, and that feeling, that arrogance, is what sparks this conflict that's, been around forever.
So, after that initial clash, the whole scene changes. We move to paradise. Adam isn't by himself anymore. He's with his partner, Hawa, and their world is perfect. Total peace, everything they could ever want. But there's a catch. There's always a catch, right? Just one simple condition, a single rule that's going to be the biggest test of their willpower yet.
And honestly, the rule's about as simple as it gets. Imagine having total freedom. Everything is yours. Except for one thing, just one. They were told, do not go near that one tree. That's it, a single boundary in a world with no other limits.
But remember Iblis? Yeah, that whole conflict from before, it wasn't over, not by a long shot. He's the enemy now, and he sees his chance. He doesn't come at them with force, no, he's much sneakier. He comes with whispers, planting seeds of doubt, promising them all sorts of things, power, immortality, if they would just, break that one tiny rule.
And, in a moment of weakness, they did it. They gave in. They broke the one rule they had. And you have to understand, this single choice, this one act, it wasn't just some small mistake. No way. It was a massive event that was about to change their destiny and the future of all of us forever.
So yeah, that one choice, it had consequences. Big ones. Immediate and, well, irreversible. Just like that, their time in paradise was over. This was a huge shift from that perfect, idyllic world to a completely new reality, a reality full of struggle, but also learning, and a whole new purpose.
So the outcome was pretty straightforward. Because of what they did, Adam and Hawa were sent out of paradise. Their new home was going to be Earth. And that moment, that descent, is really the beginning of the human story as we know it, right here on this planet.
But here's the thing. This move to Earth, it wasn't just a punishment. It was actually the start of a brand new, really important mission. This is where Adam's true legacy gets built. He's not just the first human anymore. He's now the very first prophet and the father of all humanity. Once they're on Earth, Adam's new job becomes super clear. He becomes the first prophet. What does that mean? Well, he's responsible for teaching his kids about monotheism, the idea of one God. He's their guide, showing them the right way to live. And, of course, he's the father of Qabil and Habil, and their story is a whole other thing that really shows the struggles humanity faced right from the start.
And get this, the sources say that Prophet Adam lived for a really, really long time. We're talking about 960 years. Can you imagine? That incredible lifespan just shows how foundational his role was, He was there for generations and generations as humanity started to spread across the earth.
So, after all that, what are we supposed to take away from this incredible story? It kind of paints this picture of humanity as being made of two things, right? Earthly clay, but also a divine spirit. We're capable of incredible things, of reaching for paradise, but we're also, well, we make mistakes. We're vulnerable. And it leaves us with this huge question to think about. Is our story really defined by that one mistake, that fall, or is it about our struggle, our constant effort to get back up again?